Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to our video. Today's video here for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, Episode 9 now. Yeah, Episode 9. So, last episode, we met Higuruma, and Megami was led astray, and he was led to a different area entirely. He ran into a guy named Reggie, who seems to want to recruit Megami. He doesn't actually want to fight him. He wants to exchange information, and Reggie was dropping some huge information. If it's true, we don't know if it's true, but it could be. So that's very interesting about Kenjaku dropping bombs on the game. We saw Kenjaku speaking with, like, it seems like government officials possibly. I don't know. We'll see where that leads. But I theorized last episode that this is going to be a difficult fight for Yuji because Higuruma's whole thing, his whole domain expansion is we're headed into a courtroom, right? What if Itadori is going to be on trial for all the deaths that Sukuna caused back in season 2? I theorized that was a big plausible thing that could happen in this episode, and yeah, his whole domain expansion is literally a big courtroom with a bunch of guillotines around it. I have a feeling we might not actually fight each other this episode. It's going to be a trial that's going to be held, but I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. I'm excited to see where we go, and let's hop into it. Per usual, feel free to check out the Patreon and Discord. Links are in the description below. As far as the Discord goes, we talk about current anime, past anime, current manga, past manga, and have non-anime conversations as well. And as far as the Patreon goes, you get exclusives and it cuts to all my reactions. So, remember to check out either of those. I real will. Now without further ado, straight into Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, Episode 9. There's those bomb visuals, man. There's so many of those in this opening. Jesus. Hit a Yoik Tenkai immediately. Yeah, you don't even get a chance. Oh boy. Yep, I knew it! We're not actually gonna fight each other. I fucking knew it. For both of us. It's trial time, Itadori. Harmful marks are the exception. Also, these are called the scales of justice, is what I was told in the comments. I couldn't remember the name. Like, obviously they're scales, but like they're typically used as like a, you know, in this case it'd be like a scales of justice kind of thing. So basically this whole thing here is going to force Itadori to confront what happened in season 2 in the Shibuya incident, and confront whether he truly believes he is at fault or not for all of those deaths. Whoa. The Maji Vegas. What? 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 Itadori? What the most random little thing there? Stands accused of entering the Maji Vegas Chinko parlor despite being under 18. Okay! Not how I expected this to start. Everything about those in this domain. He's struggling over there. That information isn't shared with me. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. The judgment only presents like a case at hand, and then they're going to make arguments to like the judgment only presents a case at hand using information, but they both argue about that information, where Itadori has all the information and Higuruma does not, and they have to argue against it. We decided solely with the arguments we present. Sole exception of this evidence. Yeah, this is a crazy domain. Holy judgment for this case. Interesting. I'm an innocent verdict. This is crazy. This is gonna be the most unique curse technique so far. He's turned into the prosecutor in this situation. It's more like a modern, yeah. It's a more modern domain. His curse technique is a much more modern curse technique. That's been a big topic of discussion for this season, is how old curse techniques and how the higher-ups want old curse techniques and things like that, but more modern ones that are a lot different and more unique, like Hakari I'm so badly blanking on the name. Hold on. Kirata. Sorry, I blanked so hard on that name there for a second. Like, those two have more modern techniques. We still don't even know what Hikari's is, but besides the point, they have more modern techniques, and so they were shunned by the higher-ups. The guaranteed kill element. Most modern domain, deadly guaranteed hit attacks. Okay, so that's a big reason there. Okay, that's interesting. So a lot of older domains don't have like a guaranteed hit or a guaranteed kill, like Higuruma's here, where if he seems to win the verdict and you're claimed guilty, it maybe damages you badly, kills you, or something or to that degree. And also we had I guess it wasn't really a guaranteed hit, but the domain that we all got sucked into during the Shibuya incident that Nanami, Maki, Naobito, and then Megumi eventually broke into, and then Toji was also in there. That domain had, I believe, what they referred to as a guaranteed hit as well, but I don't think that was the case because it wasn't a guaranteed hit. But then you also have things like Sukuna's domain that has a guaranteed hit with all the severs and slashes, right? So wouldn't his be a more modern style technique, right? Because of how it functions? Because he just absolutely eviscerates anything within a distance that he decides. That seems like it's a guaranteed hit, but I don't know. I don't know exactly what qualifies a guaranteed hit, because I do feel like I remember that red like octopus creature last year having what they referred to as a guaranteed hit, but I might just be making that up in my brain and I'm completely wrong. I might just be making that shit up. Oh, this was common domain functions of the past. Hold on. Used to be a much more standard skill for sword. Oh, okay. So, okay, hold on. What Tengen is saying is domains used to be a lot more common. They used to be something that a lot of users could use because they weren't as strong. They lacked the guaranteed kill element. The most modern. Okay. I get it. Sorry, I was misunderstanding there. They lacked the guaranteed kill that a lot of domains have, but instead they all have like guaranteed hits, but they're weaker because they don't have a guaranteed kill. Okay, that makes more sense. I understand now, because that makes sense. They probably did say that the red thing had a guaranteed hit, Sukuna's got a guaranteed hit, things like that, but Higuruma's might be a guaranteed kill if you lose the trial. You would hit the yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's exactly the case. Okay, yes. You'll lose if you go to bounds. Same if anything but your souls touch the ground, huh? Seriously? Those common function of domains in the past. Yeah, exactly. We know very people who can commit to domains or use them. Requiring some. Oh, okay. If he's saying for. Yeah, that's the reason Higuruma's going through and explaining this whole domain, because he can't harm Itadori if he doesn't. Accordance with the 6 codes. Oh, fantastic. Your denial may include false statements, but he did say the judgment knows all, but I guess maybe if Higuruma doesn't make a good enough case against Itadori, the judgment will let Itadori go even if he lies. I don't think Itadori is the type to lie. And just making the case that if he were to, and Higuruma doesn't pick up on it using his evidence and such, then the judgment might let Itadori go because he wins the debate they have. That is quite a face. This feels like a smaller case, so maybe if Itadori loses the case, it won't be as much damage dealt to him. This might not be a one-hit kill type case. Wow, Itadori, you bad boy, what? If that evidence doesn't prove I entered the Pachinko parlor, I seem to deny it or remain silent. Yeah, that you just, yeah, you didn't actually do anything in there. You just went to the bathroom or something. If that's all the information that he has, the evidence is that he was just, like, the evidence guaranteedly says he's there. He could then, but that's it. Then he could make the claim that he was just there to use the bathroom. If his evidence, the first option is the worst option, but so far, the second option is much more reasonable, though still not a good idea. So you did enter it then. Yeah. I'm be digging my own grave by admitting I entered it. Yeah, it's true. I'm confessing to lighten my crime. Yeah, it's a good question. So he's going with the I needed to use the bathroom option. He doesn't want to confess because, I mean, that's such a huge gamble, because what if Higuruma, if you lose your trial, you just die? Because that's a huge gamble to confess, because then it's like, okay, well, thank you for confessing, and then you're dead. Like, that's how it could be. Like, that's a possibility, and Itadori can't gamble with that. And this is from the antique shop near Majibe, okay. On the day in question. It's hard to see it from back here. Of a cash exchange. Ah, shit. We're definitely starting off light and more comedic here with the case they're tackling, with the fact that Itadori went to a fucking pachinko parlor. But I have a grand feeling the next case, or the case after, is going to be a much more drastic one. Oh boy. Isn't worth believing. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, and Higuruma did say that Itadori gets one statement and that's it. How did Itadori get it without showing an ID? Business affecting public doesn't punish minors after all. Yeah, it should publish the business if they're letting in minors. That's the kind of thing with bars typically. If they get caught letting in minors, or I guess minors can go into bars, but if they get caught serving minors drinks, that's on the bar, not the minors. Not most of the time the minors will get a punishment for, you know, drinking alcohol, but the bar will get much more severely punished for serving minors alcohol. Business affecting Public Morals Regulation Act. Yeah. So parlor, oh, okay. So basically the case could be made that he was just making a cash exchange. He didn't, there's no evidence he actually went in to gamble. Yeah, but he didn't know that you had the evidence that you had. If he knew you had evidence of the cash exchange, sure, he could have made that argument, but he had no idea what evidence you had. That was a lose-lose situation for Itadori. Whoa, he just hit the air with the gavel. Ah, fuck. Guilty confiscation. Oh, and we're back. Yeah, but I mean, hey! Oh my god, what the fuck? Hey, what the hell? I mean, I guess while Itadori was guilty, he did literally say that there's no punishment. But I guess that was involving, you know, a cash exchange as opposed to gambling. Oh, had to tear the shirt off. It's the one thing I have going for me. Oh, he was found guilty, so it saps his cursed energy? Oh, shit. That's the issue? That's the problem. Oh, we're back to more Higuruma backstory, but that's the issue at hand, is that it takes away the other person's cursed energy, so they can't use their cursed technique, they can't fight, and Higuruma can just beat them the hell up. But Itadori, we know, has natural super strength, and he's very good at fighting, so I think in this case he would have a chance, even if he's found guilty. So that's the guaranteed hit, is that it guarantees if you're found guilty, you'll lose your cursed energy. Law apprenticeship period 59. Straightforwardly cleared all. So he's insanely smart. In the old bar exam that preceded the institution of the law school system. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, that's really bad for you, Itadori. I mean, yeah, he's got a fucking domain and he's had his technique for what, 2 weeks? The culling games have been going on for like 12 days. He's had his technique for 12 days and he's already got a fucking domain. If he was this smart when it came to law and things like that, imagine how smart he could be when he needs to learn how to use his domain, learn how to use his cursed technique, learn how to use cursed energy. Like, he's innately a genius, clearly, is what they're showing us here. So he is going to adapt super quickly and learn how to use cursed energy, cursed technique, domain expansion, learn the rules of the culling game, all of the above really quickly. God damn! Came with his domain by default. Yeah, Itadori, maybe we shouldn't have thrown his gavel back to him. So he literally got his domain by default. Through analyzing that, he also learned the fundamentals of barriers. Was he throwing it and having the gavel teleport back to him? He is! Oh my god. Grasp manipulating cursed energy for physical enhancement. Oh my god. Yeah, like I said, he would learn the ins and outs of cursed technique and cursed energy and all of the above instantaneously. Dude, the animation's going crazy, but I'm trying to read all the text at the same time, so I'm not getting it all. This fight looks so good. Dude, holy shit! Oh, Jesus! Dude, this fight is nuts. Okay. Now that the text is gone for a second, I got to read all that and learn about his backstory. He's already grade 1 level. He's killed a bunch of cursed spirits, so he was able to learn about his technique, and then he killed 20 players who came after him once he entered the colony. Let's actually watch the whole fight now. I was reading the damn text the whole time and trying to go back and forth. God damn. The chair thing was so sick. Ooh. Yeah, Itadori might end up being Higuruma's biggest struggle because of Itadori's innate strength. That's crazy. But because of Itadori's innate strength and things like that, where he was fighting with and breaking world records without cursed energy his whole life, might be a bit of a struggle for Higuruma. Oh my god. Oh, dude. He's entered the fucking flow state over here. Oh my god. This is crazy. Penalty of confiscation makes it temporarily impossible to use one's curse technique. Ah, okay. So it's only supposed to limit their curse technique in actuality. And also that means there's different penalties as well. He said confiscation is what took Itadori's cursed energy, but there seems there might be other punishments as well that could be more severe or something like that. Like Itadori's crime wasn't like a crazy bad crime, and so he just got away with confiscation, but say you had murdered somebody or raped somebody or something like that, you might just flat out get death within Higuruma's domain or something like that by the judge man. It could be something like that. But Itadori does not have a cursed technique, and so it just sapped his cursed energy in its entirety. Makes it even more impressive that Itadori's still fighting back. I'm sure Higuruma's fought people where maybe they got confiscation and he has then had to fight somebody with cursed energy still. Generally a supplementary sentence that's never imposed on its own. Interesting. Yeah, there you go. Higuruma was like, how the fuck is this guy still fighting? Yeah. As Yuta talked about earlier this season, where most sorcerers will bolster their own physical strength with cursed energy, Itadori doesn't need to do that. He's already on like that high level of physical durability. They lose it. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so he believes that some of the sorcerers he's fought rely so heavily on their cursed technique that when it's stripped away, their base cursed energy manipulation and control is very low level. They lose the use of their technique, yeah. You fight this one in these circumstances. Damn! First hit would've. Can you not use that domain again, Higuruma? He's really just throwing shit around. Jesus! Oh my god. Never mind, it just fell down from where Itadori was walking. Oh god. Well, you're coming down, Itadori. He's gonna break your bathtub. I love the OST in this fight. Yup, punch the whole bathtub at him. Oh god! Jesus Christ! Yeah, literally, I love how even Higuruma's like, you're insane, dude, for being able to hold up what Higuruma is throwing down on him. Itadori's so strong they are breaking the floor below them instead of him getting crushed. Yeah, Itadori's in a bad spot, though. Oh my god! Take me for court trials. Whoa! Saying I wanted to retrial gets you thrown back in immediately. Dude, Itadori's sweating. Well, I guess he also just got hit by the bathwater, but he is struggling after that one. So you can ask for a retrial as many times as you want, probably. And the punishments might keep getting worse if you get condemned more and more, but you can keep asking for a retrial. That's why Higuruma wasn't sending us back in here, because Higuruma was at a huge advantage in a fight against sorcerers with no cursed technique, who have a weakened ability to manipulate their cursed energy, or someone who has no cursed energy at all. This time I feel like the topic of the trial might be different. Or get judged guilty and penalized by judgment. Doesn't admit their guilt. Ah, so if Itadori had admitted his guilt on the pachinko thing earlier, he wouldn't have been able to ask for a retrial and probably would have died right there. Interesting. Oh god. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Uh-oh. This might have been a mistake. This might have been a mistake. But then again, like I said, this is gonna force Itadori to come to terms with whether he believes whether he actually committed mass murder or not. I'm very curious how this is gonna play out. Very, very curious. Oh my god, that face. Oh! Wow. Okay. Yeah, I guess I should have expected that. We know Itadori wholly blames himself for what happened. I just thought maybe this trial would force him into a way to try to rethink it, but no, he blames nobody but himself for everything that happened there. Wow. The immediate admittance. Holy. And he confessed, so he can't call a retrial anymore, and the punishment for just confessing to it might be even worse. I feel like the only way Itadori makes it out of being judged for his crimes here is if Higuruma calls off the technique himself, calls off the domain expansion himself. Oh, you saw Higuruma's reaction to that? Oh my god. Yeah, he was not ready for that at all. Oh god. Oh fuck. Confiscation, death penalty, and this thing is dropping tears of blood. Dude, I was so not ready for him to just be like, yep, I did it. But that's so Itadori. It's so him. That's so him. I really should have thought he would. I really should have guessed that that's what he would do. That's so him. It has to be the case if Higuruma's just not going to attack him or something. Yeah, so this fight's gonna this fight's gonna have to get Higuruma on our side, right? Yoshizawa-san. Or at least he's gonna leave Itadori alone. Maybe that's the only way Itadori gets out of this now. Okay, we got maybe like a sensei type figure here. Yoshizawa. Ooh, aiming to become a judge instead. I mean, he knows the law so well. He really could be a judge instead of a defense attorney, a defense lawyer, or public prosecutor. He could. He really could be a judge. But maybe he doesn't like judging people's crimes. Yup. And we're right out. I wonder if it like stops Itadori from moving entirely or something like that when you get death penalty, so Higuruma could just flat out kill you. Interesting. But yeah, it really doesn't see that. Like, Higuruma's entire technique is on the basis that he doesn't want to be a judge. He literally has a judge behind him. His entire technique and domain expansion are on the basis that he doesn't want to be a judge. He just wants to be a defense lawyer or a prosecutor. He doesn't want to be the one condemning somebody, which I guess you're doing that as a public prosecutor, but you get what I mean. The one making the final decision is the judge on whether they're guilty or innocent. Executioner's sword? Oh my god. And Itadori's gonna fight. He's gonna fight anyway. He had no intention of even remotely denying what occurred, and he's still just gonna, I mean, that's all he can do is just fight. God, I love Itadori, man. He's such a good character. I love him so much. He's, I mean, I don't remember if I said this in season 2, but he is like my favorite character in JJK. He's somehow such an underrated character in the show he's the MC in. He's such an underrated character. Well, with that exception, meet their death. Wow. What does this sword do? Mm-hmm. Every time I tried to help someone. Look at this insert song. No matter how much you long for them to have noble souls. Shine a light on it. Mm-hmm. That's for sure, that's the reason you didn't take it. Up until that moment. Whoa! Was it meant to be cherished? It's just before it is open. Oh, so Higuruma got the evidence for Itadori beforehand, and I bet you the evidence showed that Sukuna was the one who did it, and Itadori is still the one who admitted guilt. And Higuruma was, you know, fed up with the idea that, you know, like every human has their depravities, their uglinesses and things like that. And he thought those were meant to be cherished and such. But it got to a point where he got fed up, and that's what led to the whole court trial where he got his technique and he crashed out about that. But then you have Itadori here, who is a crime that is not even, it depends on how you look at it. It could be considered his fault. Itadori did not by his own hand kill anybody. It's a different being entirely killed all those people, but it is because Itadori is alive that being continues to be alive within him. So depending on how you look at it, you could find Itadori at fault, but you know, the whole point here is that Itadori, without a split second thought, admitted that it was him. He did the first trial about the pachinko thing, he lied and all the above. This one, not even a second thought. And, you know, Higuruma's talking about the ugliness in people's hearts and things like that, and yet here's Itadori who doesn't have that. He's just such a kind soul who feels so badly about something that is not even innately, like I said, depending on how you look at it, not even innately his fault. But he still blames himself. What was the evidence? It was about the demon harbored inside you called Sukuna. That was the evidence. And it disappeared. Oh, fuck! He literally let the executioner's sword go. He let it go just before it reached him. Dude, Itadori punched him so hard. I kind of feel bad at this point. I mean, then again, Higuruma got in some good licks before that, but I feel bad because Higuruma literally, like, let him live. He saw the evidence and that Itadori didn't kill them, but Itadori just flat out confessed to doing it, even though, yeah, that's so good. That for the first time, Higuruma sees a case where somebody is taking accountability for something that wasn't even them. He sees how hard Itadori blames himself for it. I love this insert song too. I hope we get Higuruma on our team, man. That's where it seems like this is headed because he's such a cool dude. Oh my god. I'd also just love to see his domain more. Being deprived of either sound judgment or control of one's action qualifies. Saying that Itadori had absolutely no control of his own body during that time, so he committed no crime. Surrender control either. Wow. This episode is so peak. Oh, this is so good. He's gonna say for being alive, or because he was too weak to stop Sukuna from coming back out. Because Itadori lost to Choso and got knocked out, they were able to feed Itadori all those fingers and Sukuna took over. He's saying he was too weak to stop that from occurring. I return to my roots. Interesting. Let's go. I'll give you my 100 points. I love that. He said, but this time he says there maybe still be plenty of people who are weak like you, but there might not be as many who aren't ugly. On the inside, obviously, what I'm referring to. There's this whole monologue he had earlier this episode. They destroyed this theater. Nope. Oh, well, no, he hasn't. Who? Am I blanking? Who the hell has Itadori killed? Of his own volition? I don't think so. Because he didn't even finish off Mahito either. He didn't kill him. I don't know. Maybe he considers that killing because he got him to such low health. Maybe he considers that killing him. Someone else just finished the job. I don't know. But yeah, also I was kind of thinking about it. It is kind of well, I guess Higuruma probably, for all the sorcerers that he killed, used his curse technique to do so, right? But then again, I think someone commented or pointed out that he has like 102 points or something like that, which would mean he had to have killed 2 civilians, which I don't think he would use his curse technique for that. Anyway, ignore that. That was just it. I was gonna go somewhere with that, but I thought twice. It felt absolutely awful, didn't it? And literally earlier last episode, after we first met Higuruma, he said to Itadori, like, have you ever killed somebody who pissed you off? And they said it felt great or something like that. And now that Itadori snapped him the hell out of the funk that he was in, he realized how awful it feels and things like that. I mean, this whole thing is being a defense attorney and such. Damn, that was a phenomenal episode. We have an end credit scene, clearly. That was an incredible episode. That was so good. Higuruma was such a good character, and Itadori is too. That was so good. Oh shit, we're actually adding it. Wow, there we go. Players are able to transfer a number of points to their choosing to other players, so people won't be stripped of their techniques. Aw, I love it. This little bond they've got together now. About getting your technique stripped. But what would happen for Itadori? Itadori doesn't even have a technique. Oh, and we're just gonna split up. So yeah, okay, he killed those 2. Killed before, so he killed them there during that day. Oh wow. He's gonna turn himself in for killing them. Oh. Itadori's just such a good soul that he'll end up hating himself in the process by being around him too much. Well, damn, I hope he's not gone forever. I highly doubt he is. He was such a cool character they gave so much exposition and backstory to. There's not a snowball's chance in hell that he is not coming back at some point, right? Okay, I don't want to preview, but it seems like we're going back over to Megami and Reggie next episode. Phenomenal episode, man. This was so good. Actually, so damn good. We've got our rule now, so we can help save Sumiki and continue the Culling Games. And yeah, our main objective for getting into the Culling Games has now been achieved, and that was to help do something to save Megami's sister. So we'll see where this goes. Like I said, I'm assuming we're gonna hop over to Megami and Reggie so you can see what they were talking about, and yeah, I'm excited. Anyway, I think that is going to wrap it up my reaction to Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, Episode 9. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day.